I'll wait for the button. Is it record? Oh, it's recording. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Fast Track to SC call. I am super excited to be doing this for you this evening because we have such a boss babe, really, that's been like flying out of nowhere to share with you tonight. So I was doing a bit of my scouting that I like to do on Facebook for our speakers, and I found just a 20-year-old girl that's just joined the business in March, and in her first business she got DD. In April she got SDD, and then in June she went to SC. So she was promoted like 3 times in 3 months, which is really, really, really crazy and really, really, really amazing, and really kind of shows what's possible. So Alana Vickers is actually from the UK. She is 20 years old, as I said, super amazing. And also she has a 7-month-old son. How amazing is that? So not only is she 20, but she also has a young child in the house, and she's just got promoted 3 times. So really this call, I suppose, is all showing everybody like there is no excuses. And, you know, sometimes I think people kind of look at the Gen Y and they go, oh yeah, but you know, Gen Y young, it's easy for them, they can use social media. Actually, I think one thing, you know, I know I'm only 5 years older than you, Alana, but I think one thing that I even get inspired by, you know, people younger than me, is they really just care less. They really care less about what other people think of them. And I think that, you know, the more and more the world's changing and growing and everything that's happening in today's world, like, that's just going to keep happening more and more. So I just would really love to encourage all of you to just, you know, really just stay true to yourself and stay true to your vision and keep looking forward and doing what you want to do, because at the end of the day, it's you going to bed with you, nobody else. So like, just make sure you're focusing on you and being the best version of yourself so that you're happy with your progress and what you're doing, because in truth there really only is one you in the whole world. So I'm really inspired, as you can tell by Alana. I can't wait to hear her story. She's going to share her social media tips tonight, so get your pens at the ready. And Alana, I'm going to let you take it away.
Okay, so yeah, basically, as you said, I got the 3 promotions in like 3 or 4 months, and I have literally done it just from Facebook. I've recently started using Instagram, but it doesn't help me very much. So literally all I do, sorry, is I just add people every day.
Wait, sorry,
I add people
Alana.
in the morning, and then I add people at night.
Yes. Sorry, Alana. I just want to interrupt you. Sorry. Can you just share us your background first, like where you're from, like just a bit about you, so we can kind of like grasp on who you are.
Okay, so I was from Houghton. I've recently moved to my own flat in Biggleswade. I moved in February. I'm on maternity leave from being a care assistant, so I don't really get much for maternity pay. So I just had my upline. She was just on Facebook, and I started on the products from one of her posts, and literally the same day I joined the products, I joined the business as well. So I just did it all at once. Because I just wanted a little bit of extra money, because like my maternity and my benefits aren't actually that much. So literally it all just goes on bills. Like I never have any spare money for myself until I started the business.
Okay, cool. And so what was it that inspired you to join?
Basically, because my upline Bethany, who's on this call,
Hi, Bethany.
she, like, all her posts were like was surrounded how like she's earning from home around her little girl. And when obviously when I found out I was pregnant, because I was working, I didn't want to end up having to go back to work. I want to spend basically every moment with my boy, and seeing that Bethany was able to do that with her little girl is sort of like what inspired me to do it, because I want that for me as well. I just want to be able to stay at home with my boy.
Awesome. So is that what you're hoping, that you're not going to have to go back?
Yeah, hopefully.
Nice. Awesome. I believe in you. Okay, sorry. So yeah, please share with us what it is that got you to SC, what you really believe has been like, you know, the top 5 or the top 10, whatever, defining factors.
Okay, so as I said before, just adding new people. So add people in the morning and at night, just adding new people every single day. Because then obviously it builds your possible customer and team member things. I don't know what the word is. And being consistent with your posts. So I post probably too much, but I post like 10 times a day on my Facebook. So like making sure you're consistent so that people can see what you're doing, and see all your posts about the products and the business and stuff. If I say thank you, Beth. So yeah, definitely consistency with your posts. I've wrote some notes. I just need to make sure to read them. As well, not just like adding, but actually connecting with the people. Because if you're just adding them and not ever talking to them, they're going to think you've just added them to sell. So actually making a connection with the people you've added helps a lot. Because I have a girl that I spoke to, like she's a good friend now. I spoke to her for 4 months before she ordered. So she only ordered this month, and I've been speaking to her since I started the business. As well, another thing that's really helped me is Facebook Lives. As much as I hated doing my first live, like it was awful, I do them like every day now, which helps a lot because a lot more people see my lives than my posts. And you can see the views as well. Other than like on your post, you can't see who's seen it. Your lives, you can see how many views you've got. Don't know what else I've got. Oh, and the last thing that I've written down is to like interact with other people. So like if you're just scrolling, just like and comment other people's stuff, because then they're more likely to see your posts because you're interacting with them.
Sorry, I was trying to put my phone on my tripod. Okay, awesome. So my question is, how do you find the right people to add?
I add from mummy groups because I'm a mum. It's easier to for them to relate to you because they'll see my posts around, obviously my boy as well, and sort of relate to wanting to stay at home or wanting the products because they want to lose like the baby weight or they want more energy because they get no sleep because kids keep us up.
Okay, cool. And then, so what is your first message to these people? Is it like a cold message? Are you telling them outright, like, this is what I'm looking for? Or are you just kind of literally building a relationship with people?
I build a relationship. So when they accept me, I just pop up saying like, hi, thanks for accepting. How are you? And then just sort of get into a conversation that way. And then if the business or product comes up, like naturally, then that's fine. But I don't like cold messaging.
Okay. And what about your warm market? Did you utilize that as well? Or have you been like focusing more on people you don't know?
Yeah, literally all of my customers are people I don't actually know. None of like my friends or family will order. So yeah, all of my like customer base are just from me adding people.
And did you say your family and friends they can't afford it? Is that what you said?
No, they just won't order.
Oh, they won't order. So
No,
have you had quite a backlash from? Have you had backlash from people in your life?
Not really. Like my mum just continuously tells me the products don't work, and it's like, okay, sure. I've seen results, so I just sort of ignore her because yeah, she's not very supportive.
Okay, so how do you deal with that then, as a 20-year-old, with a 7-year-old? I mean, I'm asking you because, like, I personally, so Lauren's actually my upline. I'm like Lauren's frontline, and Lauren's like my team. I kind of suppose have had a lot of the problems that. This is why I'm really asking you these questions for them. So my question is like, how do you deal with that? As a 20-year-old that has a 7-month-old son, how do you deal with that criticism?
I literally just ignore it. I'm just sort of like, if anyone says no, even if it's a random person, just sort of like move on to the next, because every no is one step closer to a yes in my eyes.
Okay, cool. And what do you like? What does your DMO look like? Like, do you have a DMO? Is it something that you swear by? Like, how is your like day to day?
So every day I want to add at least 50 people. I wish everyone happy birthday on like whose birthday it is. And I try to speak at least to 5 people a day about the product or the business.
Okay, cool. And how do you deal with backlash from strangers? Are you just kind of like, you just move on?
Yeah, I just ignore it. I don't bother replying half the time.
All right, cool. Awesome. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone?
you, Alana. So I've been voice noting some customers today, and then I've got to follow up some more after this call regarding these potential customers. I try to take it offline off Messenger and speak to them, because you do get a lot of no's, you know, even though they're interested and they're not ready to commit. They're always looking for the cheaper option. So I make it about them, and I talk to them, you know, what aspect they want to go. Is it energy? Is it, you know, I don't always ask them if they want to lose weight unless they ask me. But besides that, do you send photograph images to them on Messenger, or what do you do?
If they're on about like the weight loss, I send them my personal results. Because obviously, because some people can be quite skeptical, so I send them my results that I've got from the product, so they know it actually works and that it's sort of real, and that it's not just pictures I'm taking off the internet to say, oh, this is what our products have done.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So you're doing that just on messaging, or do you actually?
Yeah, I just use Messenger.
You don't actually physically speak to them? No. I mean, you don't actually have a conversation with them on the phone, for example?
No, I've never spoke to anyone on the phone.
Really? I know it takes a bit more time to talk to them on the phone, but sometimes I find that works for me, and then I find out more about them. Okay, thank you.
I actually think it takes less time to talk to somebody on the phone, because you just get it over and done with, you know? It's like, you might invest, lately I've kind of been thinking, oh, do I need to, because I know what works really well for me is like coffee one-to-ones. So if I go for a coffee with someone, I pretty much know I'm going to have a customer by the end of that coffee, like guaranteed, because like I've spent the time with them and I've really invested the time in them. And I think that's the same thing, you know, on Facebook Messenger. People can really see you've invested the time, and they can really see that you've like spent time, even if you copy and paste, you know, the information, like you've actually took the time to text them and communicate with them and, you know, be there with them. So I really think kind of like, I'm not surprised, Alana, that you've only used Facebook and that it's been really successful for you, because I'm 80% of my business is Facebook too. So yeah, I think definitely I can see why. Do you do personal development, and is that something that you've ever done?
I haven't, but I see a lot of other people do, so I feel like I should start doing it. I just haven't yet.
So what do you do on the days where you like lack belief in yourself?
I message Bethany.
So you just soaked into your upload?
Yeah.
Nice. And what is it that like drives you? What is it that really pushes you forward? Is it the fact you have a son?
Yeah, so I literally want for him to have like the best life, and for me to be able to give him everything that he wants and needs, basically.
Sorry, I think the signal's really like laggy. Does anybody else have any questions? Any of the mums on the call? I can see Jenny eating. Me too, Jenny. I just had to wolf my dinner. Otherwise, I think Jenny would be asking you a question.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'll think a bit. I'm just trying to show my face and I'm on the shred, so. But, so, I guess, how do you find, like, what, like, do you do specific mommy groups, or? No, see, on my Facebook, I've been added to like 1 million mummy groups, so I just choose a different one each day and just add people with like a few mutual friends. Okay. And
so if they ask you, Alana, where did you add me from? What do you say?
I say, like it was a random ad from a mutual mummy group. Hope that's okay. And most of the time they're like, yeah, that's fine. So.
Okay, cool. That's nice. I think with mums it's such a good excuse, honestly.
Yeah.
Such a good excuse. Yeah, my mum said, do you post comments in the group to become a voice?
Yeah, I have. It's something I've done recently because I never used to interact with groups. I used to just like scroll past them. But every time I see a post on from a group on my newsfeed, I like make sure I comment or something just so that they might recognise me next time I add them.
Okay, nice. That's cool. Does anybody else have any other questions? I just feel like I could sit here and question you otherwise. I feel like I should give everybody else a chance.
And can I ask, so what about recruitment? Because I need to get more frontline myself. So what do you on the recruitment end of the scale? How do you approach that? What, do you send them a link, or do you invite them to a call? Do you do a three-way initially?
So if anyone's interested, I just sort of, that we have the opportunity call that I said about earlier. And we also I also send them like a video about the business for them to watch, and then if they're interested, like I ask them what they liked about the video, and they tell me like what they like about the business, and I sort of share how like my personal experience, and then hopefully they join.
Can I ask which video do you send, or do you use resources?
I don't actually know what it's called. I think it's, I don't know. I've got the link saved in my phone. I can't actually remember what the video's called. But it's the Juice Plus one. I'll get the link. Thank you, Bethany.
Oh, thanks, Bethany. Yeah, you can just send it to me after, and I'll share it with them all.
Okay.
Awesome. And like, who do you look up to? Who is it in the world that, you know, whether it be in this company or not, who is it that you look up to that you kind of like, you know, you aspire to be like? Is there anyone?
I don't know really.
And so really, it's kind of like you've really soaked into your upline, and your upline Bethany's been like a massive support to you.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Awesome. I love that. It's so cool. So does anyone have questions? Questions, anybody? I suppose my question is, what is your vision? Like, what's next? When do you hope to be SSC? How are you working towards your next promotion?
I'm hoping to be SSC by, what month are we in? July, August. I'm aiming for it by September.
Nice.
So that's what I need to work on, because I need to get a few of my other girls to SDD before I can get to SSC. So that's what I'm aiming for.
Awesome. I'm just going to save that link so everybody can get it. Let me check. Anybody? So your friend, so Bethany said she had, that you guys have a testimonial group. I do something like that as well. Do you guys have that? Like, you work on the testimonial group every day? Do you post on that all the time?
I don't think I've actually posted in the testimonial group. But there's loads of other, I think it's quite active, like a load of other people always share their stories, so it's good to add like potentials into that, because they'll see other people's experiences.
And who's your like upline NMD? Is your upline NMD?
Rachel, isn't it, Beth? I think.
Is it Rachel? Oh, I can't remember Rachel's surname.
Rachel
Allen. I love her.
Yeah.
She's great. She's great. I love her. Okay, awesome. And your testimonial group, though, it's not the Juice Plus testimonial groups one. It's one you've created by yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one of those as well, and I definitely recommend guys to do that. Like, I think, in fact, like, it's been something that really, I think me and the team have only really properly, like, massively been adding people to it for the last 6 months. I'd say, like, since Christmas. Yeah, we have them for the business too. Yeah, awesome, Beth. I completely agree. They're definitely the right way to go about sharing your business with people. And if you're sitting there and you're thinking, oh, like, I haven't got one of those, how do I start it? Honestly, like, we all started from nowhere one day. Like, one day last year, I didn't have anybody in it. It was just me, and I didn't really have that much of an active team. Like, I only had maybe like 3 or 4 active team members. And you just have to start from somewhere. You have to be willing to kind of like take things to another level, you know. So I just think that sometimes I think people are just, you know, we sit back and watch and we just think, oh, why not me? But in fact, you just kind of need to like take action sometimes. And that's kind of really what I did. And that's kind of how now our group has however many people it has in it. And it's amazing watching it grow, but it'll only grow if you start to like massively put the action into it. And like now I've never really had to tell my team to add people to it because they're all really proud to add people to it. And I'm sure your team are the same. Because when you're all sharing stories and you're all coming from the same place of empowerment and good energy, then, you know, why would you not, you know, why would you not? Cool.
I can't remember.
Like, can we get up the call now and I can go to work? Okay, awesome. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Naomi, hiya. Is there anything else anybody wants to say before we leave? Last chance. Any of the mums? I mean, I love your open heart. I love how much you shared with us. I love how you've just been really honest and you've just been really like, this is what I'm doing. I think that's really cool and really, really thank you for that. If there's anything we can do for you as a team that we can return to you, please let us know. And we'll figure that out for sure. But otherwise, does anybody? No? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, awesome. Okay, well, thank you guys. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Alana. We really, really, really are really grateful for your time more than anything for doing this with us. I'll get the recording on YouTube with Naomi and we'll send it to you as soon as we've got the link, okay?
Okay, lovely. Thank you.
Awesome. We're watching you, girl. Keep rocking it. I can't wait to see you on stage.
Oh, God. I'll be so
She's like, oh, God. You're funny. You're really funny. I like it. You're just so like, you're just so relatable. I'm not surprised you have such a growing fast business because you're so relatable and you're just so like, this is who I am. Like, this is what I am. So I really, really love that about you. I think it's awesome. It's going to be really cool to watch you grow. I'm really glad we got you on now. We can have you on next time as a Q&MD and we'll be like, what changed? Awesome. Great to know you have such support and such good leadership ahead of you as well. Obviously, what Rachel Allen's done. If you guys don't know Rachel Allen's obviously set such a high standard in her team for things to grow. So yeah, I think that's just awesome. Love. Okay, guys. Bye, everybody. Have a really good evening.
Bye.
Bye. No more. Speak to you in a minute, Naomi.